Hello everybody, I'm Yuji.
I'm Muffin.
And welcome back to Hogwarts School of Prayer and Miracles. We're on the last 2 chapters. Thank fuck.
Are you tired of this yet? Because we are.
We're very tired of this. We wanted to stop a long time ago, but we couldn't. We just couldn't.
We had to see this through.
We had to finish it. But anyways, let's get on and finish this as soon as we humanly can.
Author's note. Hello friends, many of you have notified me about the typo in the last chapter. Oops, I was feeling so confident in my newfound writing skills last class and I didn't think I needed to ask the teacher to full proofread. Once again, oops. I guess this just goes to show that Proverbs 16:18 applies to us all. And that, friends, is why this chapter is so late going up. I waited to post until Greg had a chance to look at— Oh, okay, Greg is her teacher. Why did
you put your teacher...
Why did she have Greg appear in the last chapter?
It's a good question.
I'm very confused.
I am as well.
I wish... Anyway, had a chance to look it over in detail. He says I am definitely improving, but he did still have some suggestions. Hope you all enjoy. The chained crowd converged on the 2 righteous boys. They were led by Dean Thomas, Hermione, and Ronald. Hermione reached Harry first. Joyful tears streamed down her face, and her lacy pink skirt was swirling around her legs.
Ew.
When she reached Harry, she wrapped her delicate arms around him in a chaste hug. I was so scared, she whispered tearfully. Harry pulled away and patted her reassuringly. He told her, "There's nothing to be afraid of, not when we are on the side of righteousness." Hermione grinned admiringly. She exclaimed, "You're so brave!"
Yeah.
Harry smiled humbly and blushed and rubbed the back of his neck like a shy schoolboy. He didn't know why, but he felt so different around her than other people. Perhaps it was because she was so godly. But Harry felt it might be more than admiration that he felt. What was the word? He couldn't quite put his fingers on it. Dean Thomas stepped forward and gave him a very polite handshake. "Amazing job out there," he commented intelligently. Harry smiled humbly. "It was the work of a power greater than my own."
Shut up.
Dean Thomas shook his head in admiration about how humble Harry was being. Truly, a light was shining in this little one. Ronald was next in line. Tears were streaming down his face, and his nose was running down to his chin. He wiped his face with a big freckled hand. He stuck out the other one for Harry to shake. Harry generously returned the action. "That was amazing," Ronald sobbed honestly. "How do I be as holy as you?" "I freaking stop portraying Ron like that, you jerk." Harry, Dean Thomas, and Hermione exchanged a knowing look. "Maybe," they suggested, "it has something to do with the hat on your head." Ronald got a thoughtful look on his face. His many siblings that were too many for 2 parents to care for did not like the look of that. Wait, hold on. What, are you commenting on how many children they freaking have?
Screw you.
What a low blow, dude. What a low blow. Altogether, they walked over and grabbed Ronald and pulled him away. Harry, Dean Thomas, and Hermione were sad, but they hoped in their hearts that their words of truth would plant a seed and grow. Before they could think too much about that, a car pulled into the parking lot. It did not look like the car of a busy mommy or daddy would have. No, this was a small, so-called eco-friendly car. Harry, Dean Thomas, and Hermione looked at it suspiciously. They did not know who would come out of it, but they got the feeling it would not be someone good. The car stopped, the door opened, a man stepped out. He was tall and pale-skinned. He was a younger man with only a thin layer of hair hidden underneath his shirt. He was wearing a t-shirt and sweatpants and sneakers.
Oh no! No!
What is this lady's obsession with, like, hair and everything?
I don't know, but that's Voldemort.
Is it?
That's Voldemort! Why did you...
What? Voldemort wearing a t-shirt, sweatpants, and sneakers. I can't see it.
No! No, I don't want this image in my head. No, get it out, get it out, get it out.
No one seemed to take much notice of him, but then the Reverend's wife stepped onto the scene. She screamed, she fainted. At the sound of her cry for help, the Reverend Dumbledore came running to the rescue. So many so-called pro-women's...
What the...
What?
What are you
What?
talking about?
So, why does she keep inserting random things like that? Like, it's not necessary. So many so-called pro-women's rights people think that Ephesians 5:22-25 is just about wives being submissive. What they don't talk about is how it also tells husbands to sacrifice for their wives. That didn't need to be inserted in there. That has nothing to do with the storyline. I'm so confused. Wow, does that sound impressive? When he saw the man who had gotten out of the car, he stopped in gas and then shouted, "Stand back, students! This is this is Voldemort himself."
No! Oh my god, no! No! Oh my god, no! No!
It's almost over. It'll be okay. It's almost over.
They put him in a t-shirt and sweatpants and sneakers!
Oh, there's no blessings.
Fuck you and your blessings! I'm done. I can't continue on.
We have to. We have one more chapter. One more.
Are you gonna read the things at the end?
Oh crap. Yes, I am.
Oh boy.
Do. Okay, anyway, Proverbs 6:18, pride goeth before, and she put all that as one word. Those are 3 words. Destruction. And haughty. You should have had your teacher proofread all of this, because that, like, oh my goodness. And a haughty spirit before fall. Ephesians 5:22-25, wives, submit to your own husbands as unto the Lord, for the husband is the head of the wife, even as Christ is the head of the church, and he is the Savior of the body. Therefore, as the church is subject unto Christ, so let the wives be unto their husbands in everything. Husbands, love your wives, even as Christ also loved the church and gave himself for it. So that's what I still don't understand why she just stuck that into that part. It made no sense.
It made none at all. And why did you have Minerva scream and faint like a little girl? I can't.
One more. Chapter 14. Bravely defeating the foe. Author's note. Hello, friends. I have some news, and I know that might be disappointing the mommies out there. My husband and I had a very long talk last night, and he doesn't think that my post my writing online and going to classes is a good idea for our family. It was a hard decision for me to accept, but he does know best. I want to thank all the many righteous believers who had supported me in this little mission of mine, and I hope that this last chapter ties up the loose ends as best as one chapter can. Harry gasped, and Dean Thomas gasped too, and Hermione burst into tears. She's using these semicolons as commas, and I'm mad about it. That's not how you use semicolons. Anyway, as Voldemort ambled through the parking lot, the enormous crowd of righteous students were nervous, but they still stood boldly in the face of such horrifying evil. Dumbledore stood in front of them protectively and manfully. Manfully?
How do you be manfully?
I don't know. Apparently Dumbledore's doing it, though. Harry looked at the depraved man walking towards them, and he thought of all the lies that he must have been told by evolutionists and feminists all his life. Oh my gosh. I hate this story. And he thought of the empty, meaningless depravedness that must he would have to distract. That sentence pisses me off. Him from that missing love in his life. And he thought of how one day he would die, and that there would be no happy heaven for him, only the flames of hell. You're such a... wow. Harry wondered how anyone could be so stupid. Ouch. Who would want hell more than heaven? It made Harry so angry. Voldemort stopped walking when he was in front of the Reverend Dumbledore. He arrogantly nodded and said, "Hey, my name's Tom Riddle, and I'm here to visit my cousin. Which way is the guy's storm?" What?
He hated that name, though.
Oh my gosh. "Enough of your lies," Dumbledore exclaimed bravely. "We know who you are." Voldemort blinked stupidly, and then he uttered childishly, "I'm sorry." What? Dumbledore smiled smartly. "You're pretending to be dumb, I see. Well, I'm not stupid. We all know about how much you hate Christians." What? I don't hate Christians, Voldemort lied dishonestly. Lied is perfectly fine. Oh my gosh. What are you even talking about? "You're still pretending to be dumb," the Reverend pointed out truthfully. "We all know about your plot to legalize Christianity, Voldemort." Voldemort blinked stupidly again and questioned evilly, "Wait, is this about my Reddit account?" is this woman not a troll? How is this not a troll? Oh, this is sad. Is that what you call your godless coven? Dumbledore queried knowingly. Well, yes, I have indeed seen your so-called Reddit account. And just tried to deny your... I'm sorry. It's funny. And just try to deny your hatred of Christianity when you post things like this. Christians all sucks. Their religion is stupid and should be illegal. I will write to Congress and tell them to make law to make... Like, you have the children act all afraid of him, and he turns out just to be the stupid guy? What is the point of this chapter?
It has no point. It needs to be burned.
Harry Potter laughed intelligently because Voldemort did not even understand the proper spelling and grammar.
How would you know?
Yeah, how would you know? Dumbledore just said that. It's not like you can see his words. How would you know he spelled anything wrong?
Fourth wall breaking.
That was a joke, Voldemort retorted unintelligently. That whole account is a joke. I mean, Voldemort, the righteous skeptic, he laughed with the nervousness of one who knows he is damned. Of course you're not supposed to take it seriously. Do you think religion is a laughing matter, young man? Dumbledore demanded righteously. Well, it's not. What sort of a joke is trying to outlaw religion? Of course I don't actually want to outlaw religion, Voldemort uttered deceptively. That would be ridiculous. I just got annoyed by the ridiculous straw man some Christians have made to get out of atheism. So whenever I see someone ranting about how depraved and evil we non-believers are, I reply with something like that. You know, taking the stereotype to an extreme to point out how ridiculous it is.
Also, like this Voldemort.
Also, a small but vocal minority of atheists exists that stereotypes and mocks anyone who disagrees with them. They can be just as hateful as people think we all are, and that does real damage. They bug me as much as the straw man arguments do, and they give those arguments credibility, so I do the same thing to them, replying with an extreme version of what they said to highlight the absurdity of it. So, you're making fun of atheism? Dumbledore interrogated shrewdly. No, I am an atheist, Voldemort explained sinfully. I'm just as I thought, Dumbledore surmised wisely, and he smiled holily in satisfaction that the Lord had worked through him. We have been preparing for this day, and we have been preparing for it a long time. Students, the holy little ones stood in attention. Convert him.
What the fuck?
This is terrible. Dumbledore commanded bravely, and all at once the students began to shout. You've been tricked by the lies of society, Harry shrieked knowingly. You deserve to burn.
Whoa, Harry, calm down, bro.
You're supposed to convert him, not, oh my gosh. Come over here, Dean Thomas screeched articulately. Debate me on religion. I'm just so upset that you don't accept the Bible, Hermione sobbed femininely. The Bible's the best book ever. Why can't you disrespect that? I'm a Gryffindor hat now, Draco yelled boldly with the inspiring zeal that so many newcomers to the faith have. Do you hate me now? I bet you do. Voldemort covered his ears with the discomfort that heathens... Well, I'd be discomforted too if all those annoying kids were yelling that at me.
I'd be like, okay, children, I'm just gonna leave.
Time to leave.
Bye.
With the discomfort that heathens often find themselves with when they are confronted with the truth, and he shouted loudly to drown out the word of the Lord. You've been preparing to do this? To scream at me?
It is the work of the Lord, Dumbledore explained accurately. I'm sorry.
Aren't there better ways to spend your time than preaching to a bored idiot who makes fun of people on the internet? Voldemort questioned hedonistically. I don't know what that word means. Your Lord seemed to be pretty concerned about helping the people around him. Is that not his work anymore? How can we focus on helping people when there are people like you trying to destroy us? Dumbledore countered astutely. I told you before, that Reddit account is a joke. Voldemort whined pathetically, but the Reverend shook his head. I thought that might be so at first, the Reverend commented fairly, but it was just too realistic.
Oh boy.
Oh my gosh. How is it realistic? Voldemort inquired uninformedly. It wasn't even subtle. I waxed poetic about the sexiness of neckbeards and said that Christopher Hitchens has superpowers. It was supposed to be funny. How could you take it seriously? Please tell me this woman is joking. Please tell me she's a troll and this all was just a bad dream. Dumbledore scoffed and he replied faithfully, like it or not, your little joke is what most atheists are like today. So my Reddit account solidified your conception of atheists as a bunch of anti-Christian bigots who are just angry at God? Voldemort solicited stupidly, and then he sighed. Okay, you know what? This has gone too far. I'm sure that most people can tell that I'm not being serious, but if I'm contributing to misinformation and stereotypes, I don't feel comfortable continuing this. Voldemort pulled an iPhone out of his pocket and he began to type on it. After a few minutes, he showed the screen to Dumbledore. See this? I just made a post. I am a troll. It is the last post I will make on that account. Are you happy? Dumbledore virtuously ignored the heretic, and he turned to the little one standing behind his protection. Students of Hogwarts, this fool will not listen to reason. Let's save this heathen's soul.
What the hell are you talking about?
Having the little kids annoyingly yell at him again. All the little ones got down on their knees and they raised their hands to the sky and they screamed to the heavens, the voice of those who know that they're doing great work. This is terrible. Lord, please make Voldemort a Gryffindor hat. Voldemort sighed wickedly and he shook his head godlessly and then he walked away depravedly. Why can't you just say he sighed, shook his head, and walked away? But even as the fornicating, drug-addicted evolutionist disappeared into the... Who says he's freaking... Oh my gosh. The righteous little ones continued to pray. They knew that if they screamed loud enough, they could change the world. I have no words.
Oh my god. How is that bravely defeating the foe? You just harassed this guy.
He came to see his cousin at the school and you harassed him until he left.
Rude. Rude.
His poor you made him delete his joke Reddit account. I'm really mad because all through this she made Voldemort sound so evil and everything, and in truth he's just like a stupid guy who lives in his mom's basement and has a stupid Reddit account.
I'm just glad it's finally over.
It is over, and I'm disappointed at the ending, but at least it's done.
Oh, finally. Wow, that was an adventure I really wish I hadn't gone on. Because we have officially finished Hogwarts School of Prayer and Miracles, we shall now be moving on to our next fanfic. And if you've listened to previous videos, you know exactly what that is. My Immortal. Another Harry Potter fanfiction. That one's gonna be real fun to read. I'm pretty sure they never actually finished the story, it just left off on a cliffhanger, essentially. But, that's okay, we don't need it to finish.
Why do we choose to do this to ourselves?
Cause, these sick fucks enjoy our pain and suffering. But anyways, guys, I'm Yuji.
Nah, I'm Muffin.
And we are Constructive Criticism.
See you in the next video.